Hi there friends, welcome back to my channel. As usual, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. In this video, I will be talking to you about the books that I want to read in 2017. Most of these books are books that I bought in 2016 and I have not been able to read. So this year I am trying to get through them. Obviously this list will change. I can guarantee that, with, I don't know, authors publishing new books and just me getting introduced to new books and people recommending books. So this list will definitely change. I can guarantee this. But this is just a look at some of the books that I want to read in 2017. So yeah, stick around and let's get into it. So the first book on my list is this one by Chimamanda called The Thing Around Your Neck, which is a collection of short stories. I've actually already started reading this. I've read about 2 stories in here. I love Chimamanda's writing. I read Americana and everything about that book was amazing. It's one of those books where if I hear someone does not like it, I take it so personally because I absolutely love that book. So I'm planning to read this one. I'm planning to finish it, and I'm also planning to read Half of a Yellow Sun. I've been meaning to read that one for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So yeah, I don't have that currently in my book collection, so I will have to go hunting for it. But yes, I'm looking forward to reading more books by Chimamanda. So the past couple of months, I've been going through this phase where I have not really been feeling like reading fiction, just because in 2016 I read a lot of fiction. So I'm kind of going through a non-fiction phase at the moment, and I found several non-fiction books that I really want to get into this year. Yeah, and if you watch my previous hauls, then you've probably seen them. So the first non-fiction book that I will probably read is this one called The Art of Thinking Clearly. I really like books that challenge the way I think, and I've heard really good things about this one, so I am gonna get into this. I'm looking forward to it. So the next book on my list is this one called Finding Your Own North Star by Martha Beck. I've been meaning to read this for a very long time, since, I don't know if you guys remember, Martha used to be on the Oprah show. Yeah, and I just kind of like the ideas she had and how she was choosing to live her life and all of that. So when I saw this, I had to pick it up, and I'm looking forward to reading this. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know that I quite enjoy these self-help books, just because I like being challenged and I like being introduced to new ways of thinking and new ways of living and that kind of thing. So if you know anything about my taste in books, then you know that I do enjoy a good spiritual book, and this one is called How to Know God, The Soul's Journey into the Mystery of Mysteries by Deepak Chopra. On the back it says, the book is an exploration of the 7 ways we experience God. These are shaped not by any one religion, but by an instinct that is hardwired into the brain. And that resonates with me so much. I am super keen to get into is this one, Stephen King on Writing. This is actually a friend's book, and she's a fellow writer, and she recommended that I really read this. It's part biography, part collection of tips for aspiring writer. I'm an aspiring writer, and I'm hoping to do much more writing, hopefully, in 2017 that I did in 2016. So hopefully this will help kickstart that process. The next book is this one, and if you watched my Come Book Shopping with Me vlog, then you saw this and you saw my excitement when I saw it. I literally had to have it. Yeah, and I'm probably, to be honest with you, not gonna read this maybe until mid-year or towards the end of the year. I'm just like, I don't like, most of the time I don't like reading books when everybody is hyped up about it. Somehow I think that will affect my experience of the book, and I will not be watching reviews of this book until I've read it myself, just because it's Zadie Smith and I love Zadie Smith and I just want to experience her and this book in my own time. I know it's a little bit weird, but yeah, that's how my brain works, so I probably won't be reading that till then. Yeah. So the next book on my list is this one. It's the Book of Phoenix by Nnedi Okorafor. I've actually started reading this book, but I got excited about another book, so I stopped reading it. So I'm probably like 30 pages in. I can't remember why I stopped reading it, but yeah, I want to finish this book off. So far so good. I am enjoying Nnedi's writing. Definitely will be reviewing this, and I also want to read her other work. She writes speculative fiction, and if you know, I'm into that kind of thing. So yeah, I think I've read several short stories that she's written, and I'm reading this, and I'm hoping to read at least maybe 2 more titles this year that she has written. So looking forward to that. So the next book is this one. It's Perfumed, Story of a Murderer. I've seen the movie adaptation. I saw it a while back. I absolutely loved the movie. I mean, it's a very gritty movie. It is a story of a murderer, but there's something about it that I found appealing. So yeah, I'm gonna read this book to remind me of the movie, and let's see how that goes. The Color Purple by Alice Walker. Believe it or not, this is my first Alice Walker book that I'm reading, and I'm so glad that I'm getting to start with The Color Purple. Everybody knows The Color Purple. Everybody knows why it's great, so I'm getting in line to find out. So let's see how that goes. So the next book is this one called what? I can't read. So the next book is this one called In the Light of What We Know. This was a gift from a friend 2 years ago. Sorry, Erin. I didn't know. I have started reading this book. I probably got to 100 pages or something. There's just something that distracted me from reading it. So I'm really hoping to get into it. Yeah, it's been shortlisted for a lot of prizes, so it must be really good. We'll start rereading it and hopefully finish it this time around. So the next book on my list is this one, which I recently picked up. It's called Dangerous Love by Ben Okri. And the reason I picked this book up is because I've been wanting to read a Ben Okri book since I read The Famished Road. I was unable to finish The Famished Road just because, for several reasons really, I just couldn't get into it. I felt the pace of the book was just too fast for me to keep up with. It was there. Like within a few pages, so much had happened to, you know, the main character, and I was just like, whoa, this is too much. I can't keep up. And I've tried 3 times to finish the book, and I just couldn't. And I know people are gonna judge me for this. It's okay, go on and judge, but I just couldn't. So I picked this one up in the hopes that I will be able to finish and I can say I've read a Ben Okri book. He's just like one of those classic African authors that you have to have read, and so I'm hoping that I can get through this. yeah, let's see how that goes. So the next book I have is this one by James Baldwin, and it's called Another Country. As you can tell, it's a very old edition, which I'm very happy about. Yes, I read my first book written by James last year, and I really wanted to read another one. I really enjoyed being transported to a different era, or reading a book that was written, you know, a few decades ago. Most of the books that I read tend to be contemporary, so a break from that is always welcomed, and so I am looking forward to James's book. So the next book is this one. It's called A Fine Balance, and it was highly recommended by two of my friends, and I believe this book was quite popular when it first came out. I mean, it was part of Oprah's book club, so this book must be really good, and The Guardian calls it a masterpiece. So looking forward to reading this masterpiece, a work of genius by the Literary Review. So there we are. I mean, it's quite a massive book, and I don't know when I will have energy to read such a massive fiction, work of fiction, but we'll see. I'm hoping that I get back into my fiction groove soon, so super keen on this one. So in addition to this, I would really like to read some titles by Zegzinda. I haven't read any of his books. Shame on me. I am judging my goddamn self. So I want to do that for this year. He's just like an amazing South African author that, you know, you gotta know his work. So that's my list. So that was my TBR list for 2017. I will probably make another video towards the middle of the year just to update you on what's been read on the TBR list, what's been removed, what's been added. Chances are there's going to be a few other books that are added to this TBR. I'm hoping to read all of these books, and I hope I finish all of them. Yeah, but that is that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Comment down below, what's your TBR list looking like? Okay guys, take very good care, and thank you for tuning in. I will see you in my next video. Ciao, bye. The list and what's been added, what's been taken out.